So, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Back another white shirt again. And it is Parshas Balak, very unique, I don't know, most unique Parshas in the Torah. Some Soper, I just read that this really tests a person's emunah. Every other Parsha, Moshe gets this, either he lived through it or he was told in the Masorah what happened, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Mitzrayim, what's taking place. This Parsha, Moshe has to believe everything from Hashem. Every word in the Parsha is from Hashem. And Moshe not living through it. This happens literally somewhere else. The Jewish people are in the Midbar, unbeknownst to them, beknownst to us. This is taking place behind the scenes. And they only really know about this down the road, a little bit later. I don't know if they see Bilaam. I don't know if they know what's going on at all. Later with Benos Midyan and towards the end of the Parsha and Pinchas, then they kind of understand the situation. But the planning, Balak the magician sending messengers to Bilaam saying no, the donkey talking, Moshe, the people, no idea what's going on there. They don't prepare, nothing. So this really tests Chasam Sofer, our emunah. We have to believe that this really did take place. And if you don't believe in this, it's like not believing, another part of the Torah. So pretty big situation. Parsha that starts off in Siyur Shalom kind of talks about this whole idea of what took place with Bilaam and Balak. There's a line in Haftorah, Ami Zacharna, Ma Ya'atz, Balak ben Moab, Melch Moab, Ma'anelo Bilaam ben Ba'ar, Menashitim al Gilgal. So there's a pasuk Vav, pasuk Hey actually in Haftorah. Pay attention what Balak asked Bilaam in Moab, and then Zohar talks about that this was literally this would have been the big deal. What Bilaam was asking to really curse the Jews would have been Kilisis B'nai Yisrael. This literally would have been the destruction of the Jewish people. And the question is, why? Why is this so important that the Navi Micha says that's how important it is? Remember what Balak said to Bilaam. And the Zohar says this would have caused destruction of the Jewish people. Look, Kilisis B'nai Yisrael, Kinasi, in next week's Parsha. What's the meaning of cursing? The Egel is worse, that's about Zara. If that didn't destroy the people, what's this doing? So we have to kind of really understand a little bit of what Bilaam's situation, what he's trying to do. So the Siyur Shalom more or less says, if you look at the blessings, you deduce what he really wanted to do. Ma'tovu Lecha Yaakov, in the last set of brachos, again, Siyur Shalom says these aren't really blessings. They're just really statements that talk about the goodness of the Jewish people. So the opposite, what he's trying to do really is show the bad parts of the Jewish people and their sins. He wants to curse them, look towards the Midbar, to remind Hashem, look what the Jews did in the Midbar with the Egel, Meraglim, all these things. And then really the point of the Klalas, even though the Medrash says that Balak was a better magician, but Bilaam really knew how to find out the actual moment that Hashem Kaviyachal gets angry and to kind of channel that anger to the Jewish people, and that would have destroyed the people. And what does that even mean? The Siyur Shalom says it's very simple. To cause a breakage, to cause this a break between the Jewish people and Hashem. That's literally what would have done it. Once there's a break, once there's the kesher is broken, according to Bilaam, or apparently this would have been the end of the Jewish people. The Jewish person is always attached to Hashem, which is what he finds out, that there is no point, there's no such thing as a total break. And that's what he was trying to do, really. He was trying to get Hashem to look at the Averos, look at the Jewish people, what they did in the Midbar, and that would cause a break, and Mamela from there, bad things would happen. And what Bilaam says, Niman Afar, who can count the Jewish people, and the bracha was the people do mitzvos in Afar with the dirt, with the dust. People work the land. People do mitzvos in the land, the Jewish people. And finally, Matobu. Again, by praising the matovu, the bate kinsios, but midrashos, the attributes there, we see what he really wanted to do. Uh, Bilam wanted to show that the Jews are separate, they are not b'shalom, and when he looks towards the midbar and he says matovu lecha, he looks at the bat drashos and bate kinesios and the attributes that those bring. And Sivir Shalom says that the best part of the shul or bes medrash is the yachtav, is the achdus together. It's not people learning about themselves. It's not people davening b'yechidus at home, learning in the corner, things like that. But it's really the achdus, and that's the saving part of the Jewish people. So even when there is averos and there's other sins the Jewish people have done, we always go back to the fact that they're ba'achdus with Torah and tefillah. And these two parts is what Bilam really was kind of, he meant as a curse, but he actually alluded to these positive things. And these two aspects of Beis Medrash and Beis Knesset is really the two big differentiators that get us to Hashem. Beis Medrash, which is symbolized by the Moach and Amunah. The way to believe in Hashem, the way to get close to Hashem, the way to have your mind directed to Hashem is the Torah. And when you are learning Torah, the Achdus with other people, you actually clear your mind. You become better. Those people who have chabrusas and go to chaburas, you know that you have a different perspective. You thought you could do X, but now you understand it a lot better. You thought your perspective was something, and you found out what you thought was right is maybe not that right, but now you have a good idea as far as what real pshat and what your brain is supposed to do. And tefillah is similar. You go to shul, we're not just there for 35 minutes, 40 minutes in the morning, and then your day is whatever. When you fill your heart with davening and praising Hashem, your desires are different. You desire what Hashem wants. You want to be what Hashem wants you to be. And that's supposed to permeate you. And these two things, really Sivir Shalom talks about that how, what they really symbolize with this Medrash and Beis Knesset is the heart and the mind. And it's not it is coincidence. Well, no coincidence, whatever. To just a few hours ago, I was at our good friend Avram Strauss and got a pair of tefillin for my son. So the youngest, he's turning 13, pair of tefillin. And it's very apropos because this week, the Sivir Shalom actually brings down that some of the mitzvos, or the mitzvah, where you can kind of combine the moach and the lave and channel them to Hashem, is literally in tefillin. We say before we put tefillin on, that all my body, but especially the rosh, which is neged the moach, and the yad, which is near your heart. And that's the mitzvah that we're supposed to think about, that we put tefillin on each day. Is that when I put this tefillin moach on, I want my head, I want my brain, I want my ideas to really be focused on Hashem. And that's the separate machshava I have when I put my tefillin shabarosh. And bayad is right next to the lave. Of course, you're a righty over here, whatever. And that's kind of what we want. Your desires, what you want, should be channeled to Hashem. And I was saying this to my son, Shmuel, literally a few hours ago, as far as this is really what tefillin is. Every morning you start off in the day, you want to channel your head the right way, you want to channel your heart the right way, and unfortunately, it comes to play in the next parsha, towards that parsha, is Benos Midian and Baal Pa'ar. So this didn't work, this ploy to get the Jews to kind of be destroyed, but there is some decimation. 24,000 people. And this is exactly what Bilam actually succeeds. Partly is Baal Pa'ar Avodah Zarah, which again is Moach, and being with Benos Midian, which is Teshuka, desire, which is Lev. So literally what Bilam wanted to totally destroy, we were saved on the merits of Shul and Beis Medrash, but unfortunately people did sin. 24,000 people did sin. So there was some kind of a succeeding on his part. Most of it did not. But either way, that's kind of the lesson really of this parsha is Matovu, is to kind of really focus on the Lev, which is Kedusha, life, and the Moach, which is Emunah. And these two things will keep us close to Hashem and attached from Hashem. As we say, lo nidach v'eno nidach. The Jew is never pushed away. And as long as a Jew is holding on to the rope, even if you're in the water, you're deep, you're in a bad place, physically or spiritually, you're in a really bad place, you always, as long as you're holding that rope, as long as you have your tefillin, as long as you're tied, there's no breakage. Jew is never totally severed from Hashem, for the Jewish people. And with that, Shabbat Shalom.